Right arm and underarm adhesions and scar tissue. Okay. We are going to be working shoulders today. So take it easy. If shoulders are a tender area for you for whatever reason, do take it easy, feel into what works for you. Less is more. You never have to raise your arms up over your head. They can always go out. You can have arms bent. You can do other variations. You can do shoulder shrugs. I'm going to introduce you to shoulder shrugs. Some of you have never met those. We will be doing a lot of different fun, I hope fun for you, variations today. Right leg, upper thigh sore. Deb, tell me more. Is it sore from like hiking or something like that? You need a stretch? Did you fall? What's going on? Hips and lower back super tight and sore. Okay. This is great. It's good to know what's in the house so that I can kind of tailor it for what is needed in the moment. I love doing that. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome into the space. I'm Michelle. I'm subbing for Ilana today. I'm the Breathe for Change lead trainer. A lot of you know me from our videos and our time together, live sessions and all that good stuff, and maybe a webinar or two coming up. Hi, Laura. Good to see you. All right. Amy's here. Hi, Hildy. All right, let's begin to settle in. Yeah, when I sit or lay too long, it's difficult to move without pain. Okay. I'm wondering, I'm thinking for Deb, maybe that's some chronic. Are you sitting a lot and in challenging positions, maybe working from home? It seems like something, there's maybe just some stuckness. It might be good to move more regularly, gently. I don't know about like walking. That can be good, like gentle walking, get some good shoes, support yourself that way. Those are just some suggestions off the cuff. All right. So more folks coming in. Go ahead and settle on your mat. Any comfortable cross-legged seat. If you've been sitting a lot today, feel free to lay down. For some of us, it's later at night. I'm on East Coast time right now, so that you know I'm visiting my mother, thanks to science. Got to see my mom for the first time in 16 months. And yeah, it's great. I'm really happy to be here. So there's different sounds, you know, I'm in the Dominican Republic and, you know, my people like loud music. So you might hear some cars driving into the apartment parking lot. You know, one time there were some little kids screaming, they were playing. So we have fun with that and just let that filter in and through. And if you have a soundtrack that you like to play, feel free to play it on maybe a separate, like on your phone or something, so that you can still hear my cueing. Gosh, there's a lot of you coming in. This is fun. Good evening. Good afternoon. Yeah, cool. Okay, so yeah, getting some movement in there, Deb, that sounds right. And maybe occasionally, I don't know, icing or heat. Even taking arnica can be great. All right. Welcome, everyone. Let's settle. So you're on your mat. You can start to focus inward, focusing into your breath. And you might close your eyes or you might keep your eyes open. Feel what feels better to you as we begin our practice. And tune your focus to your breath. So even if you're arriving and getting set up, welcome, start to breathe, start to connect to your breath. And begin to consciously tune into what feels really good about your breath right now. Maybe this is the first moment of your day that you've been able to let everything else go and take time for yourself. I'm so happy that you made it here for this. Just taking the next several breaths. You might feel into expanding your rib cage with your breath. If you're laying down on your back, breathe into your spine, the whole spine supported by the earth beneath you. If you're seated, inhale and grow your spine right up out of your pelvis, feeling for creating space internally. And feel around inside of your skin with your breath and with your inner awareness. You can feel for any tight spots or areas of injury or areas of pain, and maybe you connect into those areas. Your breath follows intention. So let's breathe to create space for our practice today. That can be physical space, could be mental space, space between the thoughts. Maybe there's a particular tight spot in your body that needs some space. You could dedicate your whole practice to creating space in that spot. Feel what feels right to you. What do you need today from your practice? I'm going to stay right here because there's more people coming in, but you can open your eyes. If you're laying down, you'll sit up. Reach your arms up over your head. Take a very deep inhale. Look up. And exhale as you bring your hands down. Put your right hand on your left knee and your left hand behind you and relax your shoulders down. Take a very deep inhale that expands your rib cage, lengthening your spine. Use your exhale to deepen into the spiral. So you're not cranking it from your arms. Move with your breath. You might turn your neck to look over your left shoulder if that feels good on your neck. Take another inhale here. Use your exhale to bring it on out. And come on back to center and inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, twist the other way. Relax your shoulders down. Inhale, grow your spine tall, right up out of pelvis, feeling how much space you can create. And then exhaling, you twist into the space, looking over your right shoulder. One more time like that. Inhale again. Exhaling, you're twisting. And release. Come back to center. Change the cross of your legs. Bring the other leg in front. And we'll go into a side bend. Take your left hand straight out from your hip. Reach your right arm up and exhale into your side bend. Find a good, comfortable way for your head to hang so that your neck isn't straining. You don't have to look up unless that feels good to you. Instead, maybe even a little bit of movement as you relax your jaw and let your neck relax. Relax the shoulders away from your ears, connecting into your core. So feel this next inhale. Can you feel your breath creating space on the right side of your body? You might even imagine your ribs spreading out. On your exhale, take your top arm. Let's do a neck release here. So your right hand is going to hover above the floor to the right. You'll let your head hang and relax your jaw. Let your jaw go slack. Maybe you just kind of slip and slide your lips together to get that jaw, especially if you're a clencher. Let it go. Feeling in there. Maybe you turn your chin a little more towards the earth. Finding where's a sweet spot for you. And we'll take 2 more breaths here, feeling into how we're creating space around the neck and the top of the shoulder. And inhaling, you're coming up Gently help your heavy head upright, picking it up. Just to retrain and go out to the other side. So your right hand goes out, take your left arm, reach it up and exhale into your side bend. You can draw your shoulders down, bend your right elbow a little bit, let your head hang to the side. Again, going for a relaxed neck. Inhale to create space in the left ribs. Take another inhale here. And as you exhale, take the top arm, reach it to the side. So you come into this neck release, letting your head hang, relax your shoulders down. And if it worked for you first time, do it again. Slip and slide your lips together, sideways. Just as a reminder that the jaw can move in these other ways. And sometimes we have it on lock. So you want to unlock it. Take another breath into left side of your neck, top of the shoulder. And then inhale, coming up, and gently picking your head up, right hand to right ear to help that heavy head upright. You make your way to all fours. I'm going to mute everybody. Okay. Come on to all fours, pad your knees. And you'll move into a cat stretch. So arching your spine like a Halloween cat. Really feeling into the opening across your back, and you can move into a cow in your own time. Explore moving through cat-cow. You can do this particular thing seated. We're going to do, I'll be on my mat today. I invite you, if you need to be seated, to create whatever movements feel really good to you. And I'll also remember to throw out some variations for you. I just won't be demoing them. So as you're moving through your cat-cow, feel free to find any kind of circular motion, or maybe you wag your tail. Let your head hang. You can find some wrist stretches here as well while you're moving. Turn your fingers to point back towards your knees. Just giving you lots of options to play with, and know that there's no right, no wrong. This is you feeling. Where are you creating space today? That's our intention, is creating space using the breath and the asanas, these postures, and space between the breaths, and bringing your mind to focus inward onto your breath and what your body's doing, so we also create space between the thoughts. Let's isolate the shoulder blades. From a tabletop, your hands shoulder distance apart, your shins hip distance apart. Keep the arms straight. Lower your chest towards the earth. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze together. And then exhale, the arms are straight. You just push the earth away and send the shoulder blades away from each other. And then do that. This is scapular movement, protracting and retracting the shoulder blades. And then circle it out, just little circles. You keep your arms more or less straight and just roll it out in both directions. We're doing some shoulder opening today because I know a lot of us are feeling a lot of emotion and stress, and this time has been really challenging as we're sitting a lot more than usual. So bringing some space into the shoulders. Finish that up and bring your right foot forward between your hands. You can have padding underneath your left knee. I encourage you to have that if you need it. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head, coming into a lunge. And then interlace your fingers. So I'm going to interlace with my index fingers pointing up, arms by my ears, and just rock a little bit side to side. Send your sit bones towards each other, root down through the front foot. You're going side to start. And then release the arms, put your right hand onto your right thigh. Inhale your left arm up. And then exhale, take your left elbow to the right thigh. You can do a fist or open palm. I like to do a fist because it keeps my wrists a little bit more supported. And use this twisting shape, get a little more space in here. So inhaling into your whole spine, lengthen it out as you inhale. And exhale, ring it out, twisting a little bit deeper. Do that another 2 times, inhaling to create space. And exhaling to twist any amount more. Release, put your hands down, step back, and bring your left foot forward. And come on up, interlace your fingers the way that feels really weird. So it'll be different this time. And then do those little side to side moves, just lubricating that spine, turning on your core. Feel your sit bones connected to one another and the power of your back leg pressing down. Release, put your left hand on your left thigh. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, bring your right elbow to the thigh. Fist with a bottom hand, flat hand on top of it. Draw the shoulders down. Inhale, create some space. Exhale, feel your twist. Oh my gosh, that feels so good on this side for me. How about you all? Inhale, reach into your right side. Use your exhale to twist. And release. Hands come down, step back. Let's come into downward facing dog. You can also do puppy dog. If you're in a chair, reach your arms up over your head or forward in your seat. So puppy dog is this, downward facing dog, you lift your hips up and back. If you're in downward dog and you want to walk it out, go ahead and walk it out. Welcome yourself home to your body. Really recognize this moment of, as we begin our practice, honoring it. Feel into your breath. Feel where you are creating space. All right. Slowly walk your feet up to the front of your mat. And once you are there, hang forward in Uttanasana. Hold opposite elbows. You might shake your head yes and no. Relax your jaw. Bend one knee and then the other. Let your upper body be as relaxed as you can, kind of noodly. And release your arms and slowly roll your way up to stand. Oh, you made it. Let's do some standing shoulder shrugs. You stay standing. I'm going to come down here so that I can see the screen better. So you're standing. Take a deep inhale into your upper back. Hold that breath. Take your shoulders up by your ears. Move your shoulders straight back. Now exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and drag those shoulders down away from your ears. Feel your skull bones rising upwards. You create space in your neck. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, move your shoulder blades together. Squeeze and draw down. Bend your elbows. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, send the bottom tips of the shoulder blades and the elbow tips towards each other. Squeeze and draw down. Now roll it out. Do some fun shoulder rolls, back and forward. Get them a little bit more awake and warmed up before we bring weight onto them. All right, let's do a sun salutation. Start to incorporate full body movements. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. If you're in a chair, you can do this seated. You're folding over your lap. Relax your neck. Let's inhale, halfway lift. Fingertips on the floor, on blocks, on your shins, maybe on a coffee table, halfway lift. And then step all the way back to your plank. Maybe you're in plank with the knees up. Maybe you bring your knees down. Maybe you're not doing plank. You're going to exhale, come all the way down. Unless you're pregnant, then you stay with cat-cows. Come all the way down if you can. And you're in your cobra. Bring your hands forward in front of your shoulders. Grip the floor. Reach back for your toes, pull your chest forward and up. Exhale, come on down and all the way back to your downward facing dog. Take a full breath here in downward dog. Spread out your hands, have your index fingers pointing straight ahead. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, look forward between your hands, and exhale, you get your feet to where your hands are any way they get there. Walk, crawl, fly. You got it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. And rising up, turning on your abdominal muscles, draw the belly in as you rise up. That'll support your back. If you need to roll your way up, if that's better, you do that. Let's continue on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. You can also roll down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step it back to your plank. You can have your knees down. You can skip this or lower down and feel your triceps working. Take your time. Shoulders away from the floor, away from the ears the whole way. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Spread your shoulder blades away from each other. Remember that move that we did on all fours. Broadening your upper back. Take an inhale and look up between your hands. Exhale, walk or float or fly up to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, let's add in some lunges. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. You'll take your right knee back and put it down on the mat. You can pad that knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands down. Step back to your plank position. Slowly lower down. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale back, downward dog. Lunge, right foot forward between your hands. Any way you can get that foot there, get it there. Put your back knee down first if you need to. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Lunge, left knee back and down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands down. Step back to plank. Exhale, lower. Low cobra, inhale. Exhale, back to downward dog. Lunge, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Pause here and breathe. Feel your feet. Feel right up from your feet to your crown. And feel all the space that you are creating through your yoga practice today. Coming into chair pose, bend your knees, lower your hips, inhale into chair. Send your hips back, bring your arms by your ears. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe you sit down a little bit deeper, lift your heart a little bit higher. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to halfway lift. Step back to your plank. If you'd like to add in upward dog or move on to cobra, do that. Or stick with low cobra, which is kind of a blend of Sphinx and cobra. That's good for tractioning out the lower back. If that is sore, it's also good for the wrists because the less weight on the wrist, the better. Warrior two, bring your right foot forward into warrior two. And then deepen the bend in your front knee. Inhale, reach your arms out to the sides. Exhale your right elbow on top of the left. We're going into eagle arms here in warrior two. So you got a strong, strong bend in the front knee. Turn on the muscles of your legs to support. And lift your elbows up to shoulder height. If you can get your arms together like this, you're moving your elbows and your arms away from you. If you can't get that yet, put your hands, give yourself a self hug. Maybe this feels better. So you feel what's going to give you a broadening across your upper back and a lift in the chest and the heart. Take another breath in there. If you have a tight neck, maybe you relax the base of your skull all the way down the neck, the back of the neck there. Feel if you can relax that by letting your forehead rest in the crook of your elbows. Sometimes that feels really good. From here, release, inhale, reach your arms out to the sides, and exhale into peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. Your backhand down the back leg, or maybe supporting you at your lower back. And feel this side bend, how you bring in more space for you. What feels really good about it? You might bend and straighten that knee if you're feeling like you've been here a long time. If things are needing to like wake up, maybe that's a little bit of movement. Maybe just lifting and spreading your toes brings you a little more aliveness in your legs. Find out. From here, inhale, come up, and exhale, place the right forearm onto your thigh. Take the left arm, bring it up by your ear, and reach up and out. Draw the shoulders down, open chest and the heart. Check in with your breath. Where's your breath really freely flowing? And can you move your breath into some stuck areas? From here, bring your hands down to the mat. You'll step back and transition to a plank, or maybe to all fours, or maybe right to downward facing dog. If you want to take this plank moment down through chaturanga into upward dog or cobra, you do it. Inhale, open chest. Exhale back, downward dog. Step the left foot forward into warrior two. With eagle arms in your warrior two, put your left elbow on top of the right. Shimmy those shoulder blades down away from your ears. Lift your elbows up, move the elbows away from your face. Maybe the elbows and the arms. Relax the back of the neck. If it works for you to just bow your head, it looks like this from the side if you're curious. So sometimes just bowing the head into the elbows can create some much needed release of tension around the occipital muscles, the back of the neck there. Spread out your toes and lift your back kneecap up so you engage your right leg. Release, open your arms out to the sides, inhale. And exhale, release into your peaceful warrior. Slow, steady breath, feeling into how your breath is creating space right now. Where is it creating space? Where does it feel really good or freeing? And maybe like before, you want to move a little bit in and out. Do what feels good. Inhale to come up. Exhale, place your left forearm onto the thigh. Reach that right arm up and over by your ear. Feel that long line of your body. The right side is so long from the outer edge of your right foot through to the pinky of your right hand reaching. From here, I invite you to bring your hands down and step back to all fours. In between the standing poses right now, I want to introduce a forearm downward dog, also called Dolphin. We're working shoulders today, and this is a great shoulder strengthener as well as create some flexibility. So lots of different levels and options here. You got to just figure out where you're at with it. So take your elbows, put them down, your hands wrap around your triceps, that's the upper arm. Then you can clasp your hands. This might be a most solid base. Or forearms parallel. And this is just things to try. Forearms parallel like railroad tracks. Stay right here, press the earth away. This might be enough. This is a great shoulder opener, spreading the shoulder blades. You're turning on your chest muscles. You want to go a little further into this opening and strengthening position? You lift your hips up. How does that feel? If that feels good, I'm going to give you 5 to 10 breaths. So 5 breaths of taking a leg up in the air. Maybe, wow, that happens for you. Something for everyone. If you want to stay down here with your knees down here, you're here. You might even lift your hands up and just take this as your shoulder opening moment today. Your hands up over your head. Elbows are moving away from your hips. Hips are moving back. It's like a variation of child's pose. Or you're in dolphin, and maybe you're taking a leg up. What's going to bring you some space today? Yeah, look strong, everybody. Awesome. All right, you're finishing up. If you got a leg up, make sure you do both. All right, coming on down and make your way back into downward facing dog. Take your time getting there. All right, let's do a few more standing poses. Step your right foot forward between your hands into warrior one. So in this one, you're going to face that short edge of your mat. Your feet can be hip distance apart, giving yourself some space. I like to line up my heels with my sit bones or my hip bones. Take your left arm, reach it up, Gomukhasana arms. So your left hand, you're going to pat yourself on the back with your left hand. I'll show you from this view so you can see. Maybe your right hand comes up and you just grab your clothing, or you have a yoga strap and you grab that, or maybe your hands are there for you to grab with no strain. The point of this is we're creating space, right? So maybe you want to like hold on to your clothing very far away. Keep the hands very far away from each other to give you more space. It's not about binding. It's about creating space. So relax your left shoulder and shoulder blade down and soften your front ribs, lengthening your back body here. There's a whole back body that needs some attention, most likely in this particular shape. Let's take another 2 breaths here, just feeling any amount of tightness that you might have just discovered in this shape. And release your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, your left elbow to the right thigh, twisting warrior. If this doesn't feel good, pick your back heel up. You can make it a twisting lunge. You can put the back knee down. Make it any kind of a twist. You could do that same twist we started with. Any twist that feels good on your body, that's what you're going to go for. Inhaling here to create, oh my gosh, so much more length in the spine. And use your exhale to twist any amount more deeply into the pose. Feeling, where does this twist, you deliberately kind of twist up and get a little tight in places in order to create space. So when we release from the twist, we get increased, like blood can then move and floods back into our central organs after having been twisted around. A lot of good, juicy, spinal lubrication from twisting. Twists are just great. All right, release your hands down, put your back knee down, and you're gonna pad that knee. You can fold over your mat like I'm doing or grab your blanket. And then we're gonna do something called lounge lunge. We're having some fun yoga postures maybe you haven't met before. So what it looks like from the back of me, I'll show you and I'll do some different angles. Walk your left hand forward and out to the side. Left ribs are going to move towards the hand, and you're kind of lounging here, and your right arm can open. Maybe your right hand holds the left foot from the front. Looks like this. Like that. And my right toes have turned out. They're like at 11 o'clock. And if this feels like a lot on your wrist, you could come down on your left forearm. You could put your left forearm on a block. You can pad your knee. Yeah. And this knee, right knee, I really like the right toes turning out to like 11 or 10. No, 1 or 2. I'm really bad with clock face directions. Don't ever have me watching your 6 because I will do it incorrectly. All right. Really slowly out of that. You got to use your hands and unwind, moving at your own pace. You could take an optional flow from plank through chaturanga, or just head back to downward facing dog and take extra breaths there. Do what you like. Do what creates more space for you. It's never the same. Every day is different. From downward facing dog, step your left foot forward, please, into warrior 1. Let's do warrior 1 with Gomukhasana, cow face arms. Right arm is up. Pat yourself on the back. Maybe you bind, maybe you're grabbing clothing strap or towel. Do what feels right in your body to create some space in your shoulders. And then turn your focus to your breath again. So as you breathe deeply, feel where the tight spots. Maybe you need to bring your front rib cage in a little bit and lengthen the back body. Relax left shoulder and shoulder blade down. Slow, steady breath. Release your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale into your twist. Whatever this twist is for you, twisting lunge, twisting warrior, twisting lunge with knee down. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale the right side ribs into a little more length. And use your exhale for your twist. Release hands to the mat. Pad your right knee as needed. Right hand goes forward and a little bit out so you have some room. Your left toes, they turn to 10 or 11. Bring your right ribs towards the right hand. Maybe left hand holds foot. There are a lot of different fun variations here. If you have like, kind of stuck hips, this could be a really nice thing to traction. Left hand on that left thigh. There's a lot of fun ways to play. I love this variation. It's called lounge lunge. All right, ease on out of that. Lift your hips up. Step back to your downward facing dog. And then walk your feet up, slowly up to where your hands are. And you're slowly going to make your way, roll your way up to stand. All right. Eagle pose. Standing anywhere on your mat, off your mat, go to a wall. For support at a wall for bouncing, sit back so your butt goes against the wall. Try that. You could also take a block. This is a fun variation if you've never done this. block, and then you take that top thigh and you put the foot on it. That can be really stabilizing. If what you need today is stabilization is to become stable and grounded. There we go. Do this. All right. So whoa, right thigh's on top, your left elbow on top of right. Lift the elbows up, move them forward, sit down, feel your abs turn on as you draw that belly in on exhale. Connect into your core. Squeeze your legs together. You've got strong eagle-like talons. Those are your legs. Feel that tremendous power. And then feel if you can create some levity around your upper back where your wings would be. Slow, steady breath. Release, take flight, shake it out. Right, let's do the other side. Your left leg goes around. Your right elbow is the top elbow. Tune into your breath. Squeeze the legs together. Send your sit bones back. And release, shake it out. Roll your shoulders out a little bit. All right, standing on your mat, you can face the long edge of your mat, hands on your hips. Separate your feet and have the outer edges of your feet parallel. So you could also maybe turn your toes a little more in. That'll give you more space in your sacrum. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Keep your hands here on your hips. You're going to send your elbows towards the sky. Strong, powerful legs. Bend at the knees if you need to. Please bend. Bend and straighten. Turning on the muscles of the fronts of your legs. If you're a little more flexible, you got to turn on your quads to support. Shoulders up away from the ears. Send your elbows up towards the sky. Relax your neck. Shake it yes and no. Take a couple deep breaths here. Bend your knees and roll your way up, coming all the way up to stand. That was Prasarita Padottanasana A. We're going to go to C. Take your arms out to the sides. Clasp your hands behind your back. Drag your shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold forward. Now you get to roll out your shoulders. Relax that neck. Take a little time here, a little bit of movement. If this doesn't feel good, feel free to lose the arms, put the hands down on the floor. You got about 5 breaths to play. Release your hands to the floor. Stay in this position. Just walk your hands so they're right underneath your shoulders. And inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Exhale here, pull the belly in, press into the outer edges of your feet. Keep your right hand down underneath your chest. Maybe you put a block right here underneath this hand and take your left arm up. Feel when you take that left arm up how your left hip likes to come up with it. Can you bring that left hip down, lift your right hip, and then twist more from the rib cage? Wow, did you feel that? Like when you calibrate your hips to counter the twist, how much more twist you can get. And then bring the left hand down and go to the second side. Lengthen the spine first, your tail going back, your heart going forward, then twist. Notice right hip kind of came up, didn't it? bring that right hip back down, lift the left, and then, oh my gosh, twist into where it's harder to twist. Feel that? And release. Hands come down, bend the knees. You're gonna roll your way up and come all the way up and heel toe your feet together. Let's come down onto the mat. I want to do one more shoulder variation before we do some seated stuff. All right. This is another shoulder variation, and it's similar to what we did before. If this doesn't feel good to you, feel free to do what we did before. So what we did before was palms were down, forearms were down, or you were clasping your hands. Your elbows are shoulder distance apart. On this variation, check this out. You're going to turn your palms up, rotate the thumbs away from each other, and then lay your forearms, the backs of your hands and the back of your forearm down on the mat. Palms are up for this. So the hands might want to claw and the thumbs are going to rotate towards each other. You want to unclaw, send the thumbs away, spread your chest and collarbones. Just feel that. That alone, wow. You might feel some tight spots. This is getting muscles around your shoulder girdle area, upper back, subscapular. Keep the thumbs moving away. Maybe you got it in you to lift your hips up. If you find that this is like insanely tight and your hands claw and the hands come together, one thing to try is putting a block between your hands, and then you karate chop your pinky onto the block and send the thumbs away. For some of us, that block is the right distance, the lengthwise, and that can be an interesting way to go with this. You do not have to lift your hips to get a shoulder opening here. This is really great for those of us that have tighter shoulders, that have been sitting at a desk and having our upper back, you know, the shoulders lifted up by our ears and our chest kind of scrunched up. You got to turn on your pecs. That's your chest muscles. Spread the thumbs away from each other. I'm going to give you another couple breaths here. I want to see how it's going. Okay. All right, cool. Come on out of that. Yeah. Some fun shoulder stuff. All right. So from here, moving your stuff out of the way, go ahead and lay down on your belly. Your hands underneath your shoulders, not like right underneath your shoulders, a little bit further forward. Feel that out, like where's the right spot. Press the tops of your feet strongly into the mat. If you have a tight lower back, I recommend squeezing a block between your ankles to turn on the midline of your body. Grip the floor, pulling back. You're going to lift your chest up, rolling up, and then rolling down. Your hands pull backwards. The hands are tractioning your lower back, both on the up and on the down. And if this feels good, keep moving through it. If you prefer, you get to hold for a full breath on the up and then come down and take a breath down if you don't want to roll through this. If you want to keep rolling through, if it feels good, go ahead and do it. And you can even add like a little neck roll if that feels good. Some of you want to, like, you know, snake your way up into your cobra. And eventually come down and stack your forearms and rest your forehead here and just take a break. Feel yourself arrived here on the earth. Slow, steady breath. Feel where you have more space. Where have you created space? And then take your arms by your side with the palms up. Shavasana, locust pose. Lift the feet, the hands, and the heart. You can come up. You can always keep your feet down if that's better. Inhaling to lengthen the chest forward, the fingertips and the toes reach back. And exhale, come on down. You might turn your head to one side or stack the forearms again or both. Take a breath. All right, this time, invitation to clasp your hands if you want, or arms are by your side. Do what feels good. If you want to interlace those fingers, you might pull the wrists away from each other. Feel if that feels good. Drawing the shoulders down, reach back your toes, forward with your chest and heart. Take another breath here. And exhaling, you come down. Take a moment. Take a feel inward. How are you right now? From here, just roll over onto your back. And bend your knees, soles of feet on the floor. Take a moment, just connect into the earth. Feel all the points of contact with the earth. Nothing to do right now, just be present. It's constructive rest. Make sure the back of your neck is long. You could close your eyes or have your eyes open. You just don't want to look around, keeping your neck very long and relaxed and neutral. Arms by your side, press down into the feet and lift your hips up into bridge. You can go into any amount of bridge that is going to feel good to you, including grab a block, slide it under your sacrum for a little more restorative bridge. If you want to clasp your hands and walk your shoulders underneath, that might be fun. Take a few breaths here, breathing all the way up to chest and collarbones. You got about 3 more breaths depending on your body and when you want to come down. And when you're coming down, deliberately lengthen your spine. Move the arms out of the way and lengthen your spine so your lower back is the last thing to come down. Take a moment here. Breathe and feel. And let's windshield wiper the knees to the left and over to the right. And you can do that a few more times. If you find a spot that feels really good and you want to just linger there, go for it. If you want to do less range of motion, please do that. If you don't want to do it at all, don't do it. Hug your knees into your chest. Let's come into supine pigeon. Cross right ankle over the left thigh. You can hold anywhere on the left leg. You can hold the shin, the back of the thigh. Maybe you got that leg straight, you're holding on to it. All right, releasing from that side, let's go to the second side. Your left ankle crosses over your right thigh. Hold anywhere on the leg. You can use a strap too. If this ever jacks your neck, you just put a little sliver of blanket underneath your head so that the back of the neck is long. And as we're playing here, just deepen the breath. Create more space between your breaths. Deliberately lengthen out your exhale. And from there, you can come into happy baby. Yeah, feel free to rock that little baby. Maybe you straighten one leg, maybe you straighten the other. Let it go. Just enjoy. If there is some other pose or movement that your body would love right now, I invite you to do it. That could be maybe a plow pose or a twist or another moment in constructive rest. If you're ready to move into Shavasana, I invite you to do that. Take a little extra time tonight. Give yourself this important time to rest. And you could rest with legs up the wall or the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. Get what you need here for you. And we'll be together for about a 5-minute Shavasana. I will bring you out, so you don't have to be concerned with a timer or anything. Just let yourself be. Start to deepen your breath. Feel around inside of your skin. Feel for any extra space that you just created. And you might imagine filling that space with your breath and using your exhale to clear away anything that was shaken loose or that this yoga practice today just cleansed from you. You can just imagine that exhale cleansing it away, like you might wash your hands. Use that breath to just wash yourself clear of any of that stuck, stagnant, sticky energy that you don't need to hang on to. You can start to find some movement with this. Take a stretch, and if you are happy where you are, just stay. If you're ready to move, I invite you to roll to your side and eventually come to a seated position. And as you sit, feel what feels different. Like, is your seat more rooted? Do you feel more open? Do you feel more present? What was the gift of your practice for you? And you can bring your hands to your heart in any way that feels authentic. Could be prayer, could just be your hands on your heart. And maybe you close your eyes. Just feeling through our intention tonight to create space and move in a way that feels really good. We'll send this collective prayer for feeling good out into the world that is feeling so much pain at this time. And you can dedicate your practice to anyone or anything, and just recognizing these teachings from India, and that India is truly suffering at this time. Just recognizing that and sending light. And if you can, reaching into your pocketbook and sending any kind of donation that you have. I'm donating 10% of anything I make this month teaching to India. So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love the
Awesome
training.
job.
You.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're so welcome. Bye,
Thank
y'all.
you. Namaste.
You're awesome.
Namaste.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Marcia.
Marcia.
Thank you all. Bye. Hey, Thelma.
Hi, Michelle.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, Bernie. Good to see you.
Take
Hey,
care.
Laverne.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good week.
Thank
a great
you.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You're so welcome. Bye.
Thank
Oh, a legit site to donate. I have a whole list. What I would do, I'm going to write down this Instagram. Follow Susanna Barkataki on Insta, and she's got a whole list that she posted. You're so welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for doing that. Bye, y'all. Have a great night.